Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is on the daily chart in an unchanged situation. This wave 4 pullback could happen shortly, but has not yet started, or at least we haven't got the evidence really that we need. But these are the risk levels that we can define on the larger time frame between 68K and 80K. And these are the next main Fibonacci support levels, on this time frame. But obviously there are support levels on the smaller time frames, which we can check, before, which are closer to the current price, and these matter more for anybody who is trading Bitcoin in the short term. But here on the daily chart, this support zone, which has to be adjusted by the way if the price pushes any higher, is relevant for those who are looking for larger degree trades, positions, understand the risk, and this is the support area. And if the price dips into the support area, we can watch for the buyers to potentially step in when the price approaches this Fibonacci area, and then this could be a jump off point for the last rally to the upside in this cycle, which would be wave 5 of 5 of 5, right? So this is something to keep in mind. Therefore, the risk on the daily chart is quite high, but on the smaller time frame, we have support levels that are a little bit closer. But overall, on the smaller time frame, as you know, the sideways action here is pretty much really, let's say, boring. It's not so boring actually. It's more representing indecision at the moment. But the altcoins are doing well again, as we are sort of in the upper section of that price range. It could happen shortly that we dip back into the lower parts of that range. At the moment, it's just the sideways price action, right? So we talked about here this possible rectangle, just this range in which we could spend a little bit of time. One day maybe above 100K, one day maybe below 100K. All options still on the table. The Elliott Wave triangle we discussed. Let me adjust the trend line. The Elliott Wave triangle we discussed is still relevant. The triangle pattern indicates this could be a fourth wave. And we've seen an A, B, C, D wave. And we could now be in the A wave, which is a corrective pullback. And then we go higher. This could send us back to below 100K before another breakout attempt. Or if we push higher once more, like this, well, then the triangle would be invalidated, but we might be working on this B wave. And would this be a sustained break? Well, maybe, but it could just be a B wave. So as long as support levels are holding, the door to higher prices remains open. So just because a D wave is technically complete, it doesn't mean we have to top here. There is a chance that this might just be the B wave in a different scenario, which might allow for one more high. And we have very clear parameters to watch. Okay, so there's a micro support area on the daily chart, not on the daily, on the short-term chart here, and it's between 98,780 and 100,420. And the idea was that as long as we're holding support here, we can watch for, let's say, the buyers to show up here, at least on a smaller time frame chart, for one more high in wave 5 of C of B. I wouldn't rely on it, but we also cannot confirm a more substantial top until we break below the 50% retracement level there at 98,780. And to be honest, even if we break below that level, it will depend a little bit on the structure, but that E wave doesn't need to be massive, right? The only rule really is that the E wave must not break below the C wave low. That is at $94,200. But this could turn into a corrective pullback, which can end anywhere really, as long as we don't break below the swing low from Monday, right, the 9th of December. But it should still look healthy. I mean, we should still have a decent E wave, because otherwise it might be something different, right? So I'm just saying, for the E wave, a wider ABC structure as shown here would be ideal. But again, as long as we're holding above support, it might just be the internal fourth wave within circle wave C of B. So that means at the moment, I'm tracking two pathways, either one more high, then maybe 5 wave move down and a test of the lower regions here, then we need to take it from there, or a direct move down. But if it's in 3 waves, it allows for a larger well, breakout attempt again, right? But in both scenarios, seems likely we're going to test the lower range boundaries again. Bear in mind, this is a difficult, let's say it's not easy for the bulls to just hold the price above 100K. We've seen it, okay? And I mean, does it mean we have to come down after one more high? No, I mean, the trend is up, right? I see it more like the trend is up. Be aware, be on the side of caution here anyway. I mean, if we now see a 5-wave impulse to the downside, it would be rather bearish. Same here. If it's a 5-wave move down, like wave 1, then the wave 2 corrective rally could be a short trade setup, and it can send us lower as I just showed. But as long as the trend is up, you can choose to stay in the trend as long as possible, or as long as, let's say, it's easy to do so. We're still holding upper support for now, but please understand we're in a range where things can happen very, very quickly and change very quickly as well. But for now, it seems to be favorable for the altcoins again. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.